Following program is four guys talking about the happenings in the world. This show is meant to be comedic and informative. The content expressed on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and do not reflect the beliefs or opinions of the cast, their peers, friends, family, or co-workers. This show may contain strong and crude language for the sake of entertainment. If you are under 18, please get permission from your parents to watch and listen. If you are offended by the contents of this podcast, please do not watch or listen. Now, it's time for the show.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention? The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Something different. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country.
Well, hey there, friends. It's Sunday, March 23rd, 2025, and we are live on YouTube. This is the Florida Trash Talkers Podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Lots to talk about. The French want the Statue of Liberty back. George Foreman dead at 76. A dog killed at the Orlando airport. Tesla building being vandalized. And there's a ghost here in Oviedo, Florida. Looks like everyone's here. Everyone's laughing at me for some reason. Wally? What's up?
Man? What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right. Let's have a good show. All right.
All right. What's up, Keith?
What's up, everybody? Happy spring. I don't know what part of the country you living in, but in Florida, it's springtime, damn it.
Hell yeah. Dave, what's going on, bud?
What's up, guys? How's everybody going? Missed you last week.
Yeah, man. You're back. All right, guys. I'm Jay. We broadcast live every Sunday. You can be part of the show. Just chat with us in real time on YouTube. But if you can't catch the show, that's not a problem. You can watch us anytime you want to on YouTube. All you got to do is search for the Florida Trash Talkers. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, guys, let's get this show started. So what do you guys think about this, man? The French want the Statue of Liberty back. A politician in French is making headlines for suggesting that the U.S. is no longer worthy of the monument, which was a gift from the French 140 years ago. What do you think that they want their statue back?
I mean, I'll say, go ahead and take it back. I don't give a shit. We'll put one up with Trump and Musk and with a fucking 4-foot boner, 2 middle fingers.
It'll be plated in 24 karat gold.
Exactly.
If it was Trump, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just suck on these balls.
Yeah, I guess the French are unhappy with some of the policies or procedures that Trump is putting in, so that's why they want their statue back.
I'm not gonna put that on France. They put on that one unnamed motherfucker.
That's true.
Yeah, it's that one unnamed motherfucker. But you know how you make that bitch named? We agreed to send the Statue of Liberty back.
Yeah.
Up through DHL ASAP, as long as we can put the torch right up his ass.
Yeah.
We can ram the torch right up his unnamed ass.
Turn you into a jack-o'-lantern. But yeah, I mean, you go back to it's people getting butthurt about everything, and I wanted this, and like Keith, you're probably right. He wants to make a name for himself. I'm a guy that got it done. But that's why I said Trump and Musk, because Musk gets Elon Musk gets a lot of hate right now for everything.
So which I don't understand, because he was a guy that was trying to change the world. Like, he's trying to extend civilization. He's trying to get us to Mars. He's trying to do things for people, and everybody seems to hate him.
I hate the Cybertruck. I'm with the people on that part, but
Cybertruck looks like a dumpster with wheels.
You hit something just then. I know in my whole entire life, the human society of the world he just wanted to discover Mars. We've sent shit to Mars, and by the time it get to Mars, the fucking battery's dead. They can't transmit nothing back.
I wanted to go to Mars since I saw Total Recall, the chick with 3 titties.
Well,
Yeah.
Who would
I saw a video
Wouldn't.
from Mars. Supposedly, it came from Mars.
It didn't last long because the shit jumped upside down and it didn't have enough energy to flip over.
Yeah. But I know what Jay's talking about. They've sent videos of Mars, but is it Mars?
What's the fascination, though? What's the fascination?
Or is it somewhere in the desert here, the Mojave Desert or something like that? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
How do we know? How do we know?
But what's the fascination of Mars, though, bro? I mean, in my entire life, it's been a fascination of getting to Mars. Why nobody ever say, let's go to fucking Uranus or Neptune? And
Nobody
shit.
wants to go to Uranus. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, Keith. No one wants to go to Uranus.
I think it's one of the only planets, or the closest planet that has basically kind of the same
Atmosphere.
I don't want to say atmosphere, but it looks like there was some kind of water on Mars, and there's the terrain is kind of similar, so maybe it's just an opportunity for us to, I mean, look, I mean, we're building here in Florida, man, left and right. I mean, you go to Lake County. I mean, 20 years ago it was nothing but woods.
Tell me about it. I live in Lake County. Shit's not what I remember.
Now it's, I mean, it's being developed everywhere. So, I mean, as people keep, multiplying, pretty soon the way things are going, unless we become China and start, killing babies, regulating
how many kids you can have.
Exactly. We're gonna have to look for an alternative kind of place. But bring up. Oh, go ahead.
No, you good. I was gonna say, I think we need to just close the fucking border and stop letting all the people from New York and Connecticut and all them fuckers move in. We'll be okay.
Yeah, because those are different countries. So we definitely need to close the borders.
Them motherfuckers are killing Florida.
The motherfuckers from New York are just killing us,
the motherfuckers from New York, no lie, is the reason why we're paying what we're paying for houses in Florida right now.
Well, of course, because they up there, the housing market was so expensive, right? So I mean, they sell their small
studio
3-bedroom
for $1 million.
Small kitchen with a big basement, right? For over $1 million.
And come buy a house here cash.
Come down here, exactly. Yeah. So you buy a house down here for $350,000-$400,000. Then it's a decent sized house. It's probably 4 bedrooms, 2 baths,
with a
yard and a pool in the back, right? And then they pocket the rest of the money, and they're just living scot free. And then you wonder why traffic's so fucked up, because nobody's at work, because these motherfuckers move up from up north. They come down here and they don't have to worry about working anymore. They've got $750,000 sitting in the damn bank, and they're probably managing it right. So they're trying to just live life, and just living life is doing whatever they want to do. And next thing you know, they're like filling up our goddamn highways and shit.
Then like the 4 of us native fucking Floridians, like, motherfucker, look at you.
I have neighbors that did the same thing. They bought a house, about 3 houses down there from New York, and they bought the house for $350,000, something like that. They gutted the whole thing. They probably spent another $200,000 gutting the entire house. It is amazing in there. But again, they can afford to do that. They sold their 1-bedroom, 900 square foot a condo in New York for $3 million, bought this one for $350,000, spent another $200,000 to renovate, and now they have a badass house here and plenty of money in their bank account.
Yeah,
clogging up the highway. What was that?
So, yeah, and then a couple million in their bank account, just collecting interest, and then they're probably just living off the interest each month. I mean, if you do it smart, right? I mean, that's the way to do it.
I'm sorry,
but unfortunately, yeah, we are fucked. So we are going to have to move to Alabama, Mississippi. So, anybody in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana.
My target line is actually, I'm be honest, God damn, this is so relevant. Me and my wife were just sitting on the patio last night watching TV, and it came up about I remember I told y'all that I'm playing with the opportunity to move to Tennessee. I want to move to that Knoxville area.
I can't.
It's cold as shit, but whatever. And my wife's right now, she's in college getting her master's. So she'll be finished around August, I think, of next year. Once she get her master's, it's game on, baby. Because she told me she literally makes a shit ton of money more with her degree there versus Florida. And the cost of living is much, much lower in Tennessee than it is here.
I just saw a thing on Google when I was looking. It said it was given the top or the cheapest states to live in for based on your annual income. I think Arkansas, whatever ones you get, Arkansas, Alabama,
Louisiana, Alabama,
all that was like $67,000 a year is what you need to make to live comfortably there. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. And
the Floridians are gonna have to start going.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know where the motherfuckers in Louisiana, Arkansas, and Georgia or Mississippi are going to go when we get up in there.
But we coming, right? Motherfuckers, we coming.
Exactly. I don't know exactly where they're going to go, but
hide the women, hide the kids, bitch. We on the
way. So going with what you're talking about here, I have a story here from the Miami New Times saying that in specific counties, people are leaving the counties because of this exact conversation, because people are coming in from other parts of the country, or as he thinks, other parts of the world, because he wants to close the borders to New York.
Close the Florida borders.
But they're saying that in Miami-Dade County, over 67,000 people have left over in the last year because of the cost of living and because of the amount of traffic that's down there. Broward County, 26,000. Orange County, where we all work, 18,000 have moved out. So it's getting crazy out there. It's becoming an unaffordable world.
It is unaffordable.
Yeah.
I remember
in Florida. Yes, it is.
You know what? Believe it or not, Miami, because that's a report out of Dade County, right? Miami is a whole different world from the rest of Florida. Believe it or not, you don't never hear a motherfucker unless they multimillionaires move from New York to Miami, because
no, you don't hear that.
It's because the housing market is about the same in New York. It's just a little bit lower in Miami than it is New York. So you're not gaining moving. Motherfuckers stop in Orlando. They go no further south than Kissimmee.
Yeah, they might go to Tampa. You know what I'm saying? But Orlando's, you think about it. I mean, the weather's decent year round. I mean, we think it's cold. To them, it's probably nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Summertime, pool's open.
It's never cold in Miami, though.
And Orlando, you're, an hour and a half either way to each beach?
Each beach. Mm-hmm.
So, you're in the middle of the state. The weather's great. The housing, market is at a good price.
Yeah.
And why go down to Miami and deal with all the bullshit that's down there? I mean, they do have nicer beaches. There's,
the weather is a lot better. It rains every day in Miami, though. That a lot of people don't realize this, but it rains in fucking Miami every day. Jay, am I lying?
You are not lying.
It rains in Miami 365 fucking days a year.
Not only that, the way it rains, like you can look on this side of the street and you're looking to your right, and it is nothing but storm and black clouds. And on this side of the street, sunny as day.
Nobody ever talk about it. But it fucking storms in Miami every fucking day.
Yeah.
So my stepfather was from Lansing, Michigan, and you could never understand how it could rain one block over, and you could see the rain, and it would never hit you. It would just move south or west or where, away from where you're at.
Yeah.
But you could see it raining a block over, and it'd be sunny, where he would be standing. Because you go up north, when it's raining fucking everywhere.
And it's just gray and miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it is in Miami. You look at the rain, and it's raining in this spot here, right? And then you look over there, and it's sunny as day, like peak weather. And it's happening, a storm, literally a block away from you.
Well, you can do that. You go to Daytona Beach, man, or New Smyrna, and you'll see it raining in the, distance. And you're like, okay, is it heading this way? But the ocean breeze kind of keeps it pushed off, so you can kind of see it just move down, south or whichever way it's moving. but the ocean breeze is like keeping it off where you're at.
We're moving out of different counties. Like Wally said earlier, Lake County is getting fucking, especially that Claremont area. That Claremont area, I remember going to Claremont when I first moved to Orlando 25 years ago, and it was nothing but orange groves.
Yeah.
The first thing they started building was that big ass hospital, the Orlando Health Hospital. And I should have knew then. I remember dropping the 20-yard there. Yeah, I should have knew then. I remember I dropped the original 20-yard there, and because I got stuck in the fucking sugar sand over there when I delivered it 25 years ago. But now it's ridiculous. You wouldn't know it's the same area. Like if you wake up out of a coma, say, "Hey, let's go back to the hospital." Like, what the fuck?
Look at Apopka and Ocoee, man.
Those places are really growing.
Right there around the 429, they started building that big hospital there. And after that big hospital went up right there, it just started expanding around there, man. Because before, man, it was nothing but orange groves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, man, they're just clearing land.
That's where all the people that are coming here to Central Florida, they're getting out of Dade County. They're getting out of New York, Chicago, Texas for some reason. I know we bring that up a lot. But I'm also finding here, and I agree in this article, that people, what they do is they'll live outside the city, meaning they'd rather live an hour and a half away from work to have a better cost of living than actually live in the city that they work in, because that metropolitan area is a higher cost of living. Some people rather take that drive.
I live in Deltona, and I work in Orlando. I mean,
that's what, about 45-minute ride for you, and I know Dave takes about an hour and a half to and from.
No, Dave used to take that fucking ride. He used to take that fucking ride.
So I don't have to come in tomorrow? Okay. Done. Principal, I'm not coming to school tomorrow.
Motherfucker, you made the news article, bitch. so I did the same thing. My house, I'm not even exaggerating. My house, I bought my house brand new 2.5 years ago. And originally, we saw the same house in Apopka. That's where we wanted to live. We wanted to live in Apopka, right around that Punkan area where they used to be all woods. Now it's expanding.
Now there's a Publix there.
Yeah, right down the street from. That was the selling point of that.
Your favorite Publix, to say the least.
That was the selling point of that subdivision too. They're building a brand new Publix down the street, right? It's gonna be right there. Yeah, so bitch, I still stop now. So, but
Publix was ahead of the game. They built there before they got all the subdivisions.
Yes,
they knew.
Yes,
yeah, they knew what was happening.
So we liked the house, but then I don't know how my wife found out about it, but we found out they were building the exact same builder, D.R. Horton, exact same builder, same house, same model, but $30,000 cheaper if we just went another 25 minutes down the road.
Wow.
That's what it is. That's what it is nowadays. It's people are wanting to live further away from the city to get a better cost of living. They don't want to pay the higher prices. You probably saved a good amount of money on your mortgage making that decision.
I did.
When someone like me who lives in the city, I'm paying probably $30,000 more than I probably should be paying.
Yeah, but in 10 years, that $30,000, you're going to make that. Like, that's going to be profit in your bank account, because within 10 years, it's going to be so developed around there that the housing market's going to go up, and you're going to get that money.
Yeah.
I got lucky when I bought this house. It's a little bit older, 90, but I bought it from, when I first looked at it, it was like 310. I'm like, eh. And I kept watching it drop and found out it's because the old man had passed away and they were trying to move the mom out in with them. I ended up walking out $240,000 on it, and
man,
sold.
Wow.
I almost bought a house before I bought this house. Not down the street from me, but close to you, over in Lake Ariana, Little Lake Ariana.
Yeah.
Little Lake Ariana. There was a house.
It's kind of Arbondale, but
it is Arbondale. As a matter of fact, it's off of right down the street from the Love's gas station. And it's on Little Lake, but Toll Brothers, any subdivision the Toll Brothers make is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I remember having 20 yards there 20-something years ago, right? So when they're building that subdivision, this house, they couldn't really consider it a lake house because the lake was across the street. You didn't have access from your house. So, but at the time, This had to be about 3.5 years ago. At the time, this house, they wanted $265,000 for this house. Which to me, man, I think it may be like closer to 300, right? And my wife was like, that's too much. That's too high. That's too high. I said, but look at the fucking house we getting. It's counts to like 3,500 square feet, one story. I said, look at the fucking house though. I mean, the lake is across the street and they're not going to build another house in front of your house. It's actually come out our driveway and look at the lake, Little Lake Ariana. And anybody in Polk County know Lake Ariana, right?
Yep.
So, we didn't buy the house. And so I would say about 2 months later, somebody bought it. And then less than a year later, we bought this motherfucker for 300 and something thousand. I say we could have a bigger fucking house for $80,000 cheaper.
Yep. Yeah, I said we got mine at 240, and then we were just dicking around yesterday looking at Zillow and Realtor.com, and I put mine. It said fair market value 510. I'm like,
what?
Yeah, I'm like, all right,
you're sitting on a gold mine right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying. So Keith moving just 25 minutes away from Apopka actually put over $30,000 in his pocket.
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. I agree with that. But the decision to make that move was not because of the potential money he's going to have later on. It was because the cost of living, the housing market was a lot less out where he lives now. For example, like me, I bought this house here. I lost out to eight. I lost 8 houses that I put offers into because of cash buyers from New York, and it just kept on rising and rising and rising, and we just could never stay ahead of the game. The only reason we got lucky on this house, but all the other ones that we wanted, we couldn't get it.
That's the reason why we bought new. The reason we bought new because we kept getting beat out by cash buyers for our homes already existing. Motherfuckers hit from up north, from fucking New York, was coming with cash, and let's say the house was $300,000 hypothetically. Them motherfuckers are offered $325. You know, I can't beat that. $325 cash today.
Yeah, and they can actually offer less than what the house is worth. So if the house is worth $300, they'll tell you $290 because it's cash. You don't have to go through the bank. You don't have to do anything. You're just saying, here you go, man. They'll take that right off the bat over financing.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Me and Denise had lost out on a couple houses to that same thing. I think it was UJ that said that we lost 3 or 4 houses. They're like, hey, we'll make it offer this, and like, well, this guy offered us cash.
Yeah. And the cash offer doesn't have to be what they're asking for the house.
Exactly.
Because it's cash.
All the financing's out of the picture now.
That's the reason why we chose a new subdivision. Let's fuck it. Let's go pick a look. Once you pick that lot and everything, you pretty much locked in. Motherfuckers can't come undercut you then.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that people are getting out of Florida now, or coming up to Central Florida and leaving Florida. I think Florida, originally people were coming here because of the pandemic, the open laws, the reason, our politics here, and then we didn't have state tax. But now, as Miami and Florida itself, even Orlando, where we live, are getting very, very expensive to live. But now people are moving out into these areas that we're talking about, these rural areas that that used to be trees and forests are now being broken open to become housings for people to move into. And then that's going to raise the value, like Jay was talking, or Wally was talking about.
Out of all 4 of us, you're the only one that pretty much live in Metro Orlando area. Everybody else is outside the parameter.
Well, to my defense, I didn't know where I was moving to either. I came to I didn't know the geographic area. So
you're not in a bad spot.
No, I'm not in a bad spot. I like my spot. Yeah, I like my spot. It's just a little bit more expensive than I would have liked to pay. I wish we would have took our time to look a little bit outside of our area. But I mean, not to say this is not a bad area. I just wish we took the time to know the area so we could be like, oh man,
just think about it though, Jay. Your house
is 15 minutes from work, so I can't argue with that either.
Not only that, but motherfucker, you don't pay for gas and tolls. So to go to work. But if your same house in Miami is at least $300,000 to $400,000 worth $300,000 worth more than what your house is right now.
Oh yeah. I would have to guess. So I bought the house in Miami for $160,000 at the time. I sold it for $400,000 when I left to come here to Orlando, and then I heard it's up to almost $700,000. And that house, let me tell you something, is not worth $700,000 at all by any means.
You know, my parents died and left me and my sister because the house in Miami, right? The house we grew up in Miami. So my sister and her family is currently living in the house. She want to move to Tavares once my nephew graduate from high school. This in May, June, whatever the fuck it is. And she want to sell a house and move once he graduate to Tavares also, because she come up here all the time. Her and her family love coming to Tavares. They love this life in Tavares. It's much better than the life in Miami. And I told her, sell that fucking house, don't do shit to it, and you still gonna walk out with enough money to buy a home in Tavares cash. And leave about $100,000 left in your pocket.
The house in Miami, there was no upgrades to it. It was the original bathrooms, original kitchen, original flooring. You know, I sold it for what I said, like $400,000, and I didn't have to do anything to it. So people are just buying things up. I mean, these people are coming, buying it. The people that bought the house from me got it the whole house as well. They took everything out and upgraded everything in that house. I don't even know what it looks like, but they definitely put some money into that house. I wanted to go back to what we started talking about here. Kind of touched on it a little bit. Elon Musk, right? Did you guys hear
we
that?
Went down a rabbit hole there.
Yeah, we did, but that's all right. That's what we do.
It was a good
here.
rabbit hole. Yeah.
This is the reason why we are the Trash Talkers. We talk shit about everything. I want to talk about. Did you guys hear that the Tesla buildings are being vandalized?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't get where 5 years, 10 years ago, the Democrats were praising Elon. He was the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's going to make electric cars and make the environment better. And now because, you know, he's working with Trump and, you know, he's finding, you know, taxpayers' money that is being spent, you know, on stupid shit for other people to get rich. Now all of a sudden he's a bad guy, and they're making mocktail balls or what
Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah. I knew it was some bullshit like that.
Yeah, I can't say it either. I'm with you, dog. I can't say this shit either.
I knew it was gonna fuck it up, but I pronounced it in a way that y'all would know what I was talking about and y'all would pick it up.
The only reason I know what you're fucking talking about because I play a lot of Call of Duty, and sometimes they make you have to throw them fuckers at somebody.
Yep.
They're throwing these things and burning, you know, buildings up from Tesla and cars and different things. And I mean, I've even seen videos of people walking around with guns and firing guns into the buildings and breaking the glass and shit.
That's crazy.
It's like what like I once again, man, until people can say, hey, we lost this election, let's listen to the other side, and maybe try to work together to make things better. This type of reaction, man, in the government that we are dealing with is never going to make things better for us, man. And it sucks, man. It really does, man. It's so sad, man. This is the perfect example of it. If one person doesn't do exactly what the Democrats want, they're going to turn on them and they're going to make them a fucking villain, and they're going to fuck their lives up as much as possible because they don't agree with what they're doing. Look, man, just take a step back, man. Take a breath and try to listen, man. The money that mine, yours, Keith's, Dave's money that we pay each month, each week out of our paycheck, right?
In taxes
is being spent somewhere else on some stupid bullshit, and it's not being spent back on us and making us better. That's a good fucking thing. Why is that so bad?
Because I still haven't got my 700. I haven't got my 700. I haven't got it.
By the time the 7 comes, it's going to be $5-6 grand. So just relax a little bit.
Well, I can tell you this, that when the Republican Party lost the presidential run to Biden, we didn't set the world on fire. We weren't complaining. We had our, we complained, but we didn't set the world on fire like these guys are doing, like the Dems are doing. The Dems are setting the world on fire. They have to vandalize. They have to talk crap. Can
I say that? Go ahead, Keith. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
Is
Stirring
it
that pot.
is it confirmed? 'Cause you know, like I said, I'm a registered Democrat, but I sit on the fence. I go to what makes sense for me. But is it confirmed that these, or we just assuming that they're Democrats?
Look at your Democratic cities
Democrats.
during 2020, man. When shit
No,
was
I'm talking about the Tesla vandalism.
uh,
Is it because we're blaming Democrats? But are we positive as Democrats, or we just speaking out our ass?
I don't see. I was gonna, I guess, kind of touch on that. I don't know if it's Democrats or Republicans. My gut tells me Democrats, but at the same time,
The motherfucker who set them on fire didn't.
probably. I bet you're 100% right on that shit. But the problem is the news. They're gonna find the most extreme side of each one, put them front and center. Extreme Democrat, extreme Republican. I don't see either which way. Go at it.
And when Biden won the election, there's a huge amount of Republicans still say that Trump didn't lose. He was cheated. But now it's saying we need to take the loss.
I mean, I know there was all the
yeah, but there was
conspiracies
there was no stories about guys in dumpsters.
This Tesla shit is crazy. This Tesla shit is crazy. There's no justification. There's no justification for vandalism whatsoever.
I just think it's hilarious, man. You know, like once again, man, like people go against what they want, and then all of a sudden you have to vandalize and just tear the guy down when 5, 6, 10 years ago he's making, you know, rockets, he's building electric cars, he's saving the environment, he's, you know, the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Flamethrowers.
And now all of a sudden, you know, he's not, you know, on your side technically, and now he's the biggest piece of shit since
Yeah. It says here that
Hitler.
the vandalism and the attacks and the arson attacks are in response to Musk's influence on Trump's presidency. So
yeah,
I don't think the Republicans are setting the Teslas on fire. They're happy that Musk is doing what he's doing.
So I think it's some degenerate motherfucker, whether Republican, Democrat, Independent, wherever the fuck you are, you're just degenerate fuck if you set some shit on fire. And I'm not saying it's right, but it's a little easier to set some shit on fire at a Tesla like car lot or something versus something that somebody have paid out their own money. And if you vandalize, let's say Wally owned the Tesla and the motherfucker, and he go to Publix and he come out his shit on fire because somebody don't like what Trump Elon done. Wally paid his own money. That car that's on that car lot is insured, and they're gonna write that bitch off. Not saying it's right, but it's worse when you do somebody's personal property.
Well, any kind of vandalism is bullshit. Like, just because you're mad at somebody doesn't mean you get the right to go out and destroy something. I mean, and that's the thing, man. Like back in 2020, all the Democratic cities, man, were setting themselves on fire with the
that statue, tear it down.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter and all this stupid bullshit, man. Or just, you know, why are we going out and destroying people's property? The thing that used to happen was you had, and I'm not very good at it. I suck at it. I'm not a very good speaker. My vocabulary sucks. But people used to be able to talk.
I'm glad you're on the podcast.
Yes. You have evidence of me being shitty on this.
Believe it or not, bro, you do pretty fucking well.
But
yeah, you do.
We used to be able to deliberate and talk and have a discussion and debate things, and people were able to see, like, listen to the other person, and if it made sense, you know, kind of change their mind, and there was some kind of sensible things that would go on where it didn't come down to you had to vandalize somebody's piece of property or tear the person down to get your point across or get spotlight on it. You know what I'm saying?
Something happened within the last 10 years where people are not, I blame social media, but people are not social anymore. People don't know how to speak their mind in front. Like me, I can stand up to, I don't give a fuck who it is. I can go to whoever it is, I can tell them who I feel, how I feel, and I can express myself. Huh?
No, I'm not.
Mhm.
I said I'm afraid to do that.
Now you got people now that rather hide in the shadows and make their opinion known by their acts, not by their words. And the shit is crazy. It happened. It merged somewhere in the last 10 years where people right now, motherfuckers just don't know how to talk anymore.
It might have started with social media. Like, remember MySpace? Remember MySpace
Yeah,
when you could
yeah.
pick your
Oh, yeah.
top 6 friends?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
next week, Jay's not in my top 6. I'm not going to
You
tell him
son
why.
of a
I'm going to be
bitch.
petty about it and let him see on his own.
Yeah. Well, I think social media has also taken away. I don't think people know how to interact with each other anymore. And they use social media, and they see other people getting their point across by burning stuff down or vandalizing, and so now they go out and do it. And but I agree with you, Keith. You got to be able to go out there and have a conversation, be able to talk
Yes.
your mind. Back in the day, in the 70s and the 60s, when during Vietnam, we were protesting, right? We weren't burning shit down. We were protesting, and we were holding up banners and flyers and stuff like that. Now, to get our point across, people are going out there and vandalizing. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think
It
if
is
you don't
awful.
like
You
Elon,
don't
just
vandalize.
protest.
Yeah, if you're going to vandalize something, it needs to be for your team winning the World Series or Super Bowl, something important.
I remember growing up, there was like 3.
If you're gonna vandalize something,
Philadelphia.
vandalize your own stuff. Pop your own tires, spray paint your own car.
When I was growing up, I lived in Liberty City. For y'all who don't know, Liberty City is the roughest.
I know Liberty City very, very well.
It's the roughest part of fucking Florida. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Right next to
where you are.
Alapata.
Yes, Alapata used to be part of Liberty City until they started speaking Spanish. But then, but
The fuck is this?
Who are you? Who are you people?
Whoa! Essay!
When did this happen?
You just call me a term paper?
when they start speaking Spanish, we just parted them over. Okay,
You just got to scoot it over to this side.
Y'all own shit over there now.
You got your own shit. I'll tell you what. You see this line right here? You guys stay on that side. We'll stay on this side. We'll call this Liberty City. You call that Alapata.
But anyway, there was 3 major riots in Miami when I was growing up as a kid. And
Oh yeah, I remember one of them.
yeah, I witnessed 3 of them, bro. They walked right by my house. They didn't vandalize my house, but other people's shit got vandalized. And I knew right then and there, man, because what they were doing, we was destroying our own shit. The same stores that we would go shop in every day, now we fucking destroying them. Now we have nowhere to shop until they rebuild.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people do that.
When you talk about so you're talking about when it comes to riots and things like that, man, and you saw what happened in Los Angeles and things like that. Why are you tearing down places that are in your own community? Because you just hurt yourself. So you can't even go down the street now to go to fucking Walgreens.
Exactly.
Now you got to go to some upscale fucking place that's 15 minutes away from you to go to fucking Walgreens to get you something that you usually go get that was 2 minutes down the fucking block.
The same fucking meat markets, the convenience stores, the same stores, the Burger Kings or whatever that you shop at every fucking day. Now you got, like Wally just say, now you gotta, because I don't know about y'all, but in my hood, nobody went past 5 miles. If it was over 5 miles, they ain't fucking go. So now you got to go over 5 miles.
But also what really sucks is most of the buildings and those businesses in those communities are Black owned or minority.
Mm-hmm.
So you just actually hurt yourself twice.
You hurt your own community.
You hurt your own community by burning down Black owned business. Then you are not able to go right down the block to get your own medicine or whatever.
Yes.
You got to go somewhere else, and now you're spending money. And now who gains from that? The white people that lives in those communities that you have to go outside of your own community.
This motherfucker.
Listen,
I learned at an early age. I'm telling you, it was three major riots when I was growing up, and I was living in the same house in all 3. And I learned at an early age about that vandalism shit is for the fucking birds. So you will never hear me support vandalism.
No, my favorite is when you see the vandalism. Not my favorite. That was the wrong word. when you see the vandalism and looting and shit like that. We're doing it to survive. I'm like, it's a 65-inch TV from Best Buy. What do you need that for?
Yeah, it's not like they're going in there and getting diapers or
Yeah.
SpaghettiOs or what they something
Yeah.
to survive with, right? They're getting
Yeah.
TV side.
That's right.
Got
I'm
to
like,
watch the Super Bowl.
yeah. I mean, priorities.
Well, yeah, I agree. You know what they probably are taking is the chicken wings because they're damn expensive nowadays.
Listen, one of my drivers before I went on vacation gave me some of his
Oh yeah,
free range eggs. First time I ever had them, fucking amazing.
Can you taste the difference?
Yes.
he has a
Yeah,
chicken coop in his
everything's
backyard or something like that, right?
Yeah, he raises chickens and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it really, I might try because I don't eat eggs, and one of the reasons I don't eat eggs, if I eat eggs, I get nauseous and shit, and I'm sick for the rest of the day. So that's why I don't eat eggs.
Okay.
You know, so maybe if I try free range without all the extra shit, it might do me different.
Maybe. I mean, it's doing me different. I
Possible.
get shit like a motherfucker.
Like I give an example. If I go to Wawa, this is the craziest shit in the world. But if I go to Wawa and get a breakfast sandwich, those not real eggs in Wawa sandwiches. I think they powdered eggs. I can eat that. I don't have the same effect.
Love Wawa.
You're a Wawa guy.
I'm a Wawa guy.
I'm a Wawa guy.
Yeah, so
also.
you go get the subs and the sandwiches there.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Wawa guy. I like the chicken quesadilla.
I've only had a couple things from Wawa. I've never dined at Wawa.
They have a $5 breakfast deal right now. I got that bitch the other day. You get your any size coffee, one of them sandwiches. I got the French toast sandwich.
Have French toast at Wawa at the gas station.
There's a French toast sausage and egg sandwich and a hash brown for $5.
Dude, the Wawa deli, Jay, it's like a deli, dude. It's good. It's good. The hot cake, the breakfast sandwiches they got.
I think it's going to get much better now that the Bucky's getting closer and closer. They got to compete with Bucky, so I think they're going to get better.
Yep.
Maybe I'll check out one of their sandwiches one of these days. But going back to Elon, I kind of agree with Wally, man. The guy's been trying to do nothing but good for this country. Try to preserve life, get us up to Mars when the planet can no longer sustain human life. Trying to figure that out, right? He's trying to find alternative fuels to make sure that we are able to survive, so we're not using fossil. I mean, let's be honest here. We're using fossil fuels to for oil and petroleum, right? How many damn dinosaurs are out there, right? I mean, that's what they're getting the stuff from. So eventually we're going to run out. So he's trying to figure out other things. And then all of a sudden,
should have been ran out years ago.
Yeah, we should. And then all of a sudden they go from we love this guy because he's trying to do good for this world, not this country, this world. And then he joins the Trump administration. Now everybody hates him. They're destroying his stuff. They're pissed off because he's finding gaps in what we're spending our money on as a country. He's finding. You think you would be like, you know what? This guy is continuing his legacy by looking for other things to make this world better. And instead, we're setting his crap on fire.
And it's probably just a product of people being sheep. Somebody just going, hey, I'm just gonna yell something to see if somebody fucking responds, and oh shit, I didn't know I was offended by that too.
And that's also, like you said, being sheep. This society is the worst when it comes to research, because they will latch on to their favorite podcaster, their favorite person they hear speaking. If they say it, it's the gospel. So if somebody else said, fuck Elon, let's burn it, that's what they're going to do without doing any research.
That's why we put a full disclaimer
Our show,
at the beginning. It's
our show is fully researched before we do it. 100%. We are talking facts only.
I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Anything I say.
And that's facts.
That is fact. That is fact.
We don't even need to fact check that. That is an actual fact.
We're a walking fucking trigger warning.
Nobody is utilizing the Dewey Decimal System.
Trigger warning, I said.
I hate that. I hate trigger warnings.
Dewey Decimal System. You know how many people went, what?
Can you imagine if anybody actually listens to this show and then they walk and they go to work on Monday and they go, man, fucking whatever's happening is happening, and because they heard it from this show, and be like, man, you're a dumbass, man. Like
Somebody walks in and goes, Wally said he doesn't know shit about shit. And I fucking agree with him.
Fuck that. If it get us hits, let's go for it. Fuck it. If it get us likes and subscriptions.
Yeah, man. Hey, bad publicity is good publicity, no matter which way you cut it, right?
Yeah, if you could walk into your office before you shoot it up, put FLA Trash Talkers on the whiteboard, that'd be great.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Please don't shoot up your office.
No, you didn't hear that. You did not hear that on this show.
Hey, did you guys hear on Friday, March 21st? We lost somebody.
Who did we lose?
We lost. Yeah. We lost somebody on Friday. The big legend. We know him. Some people use his grill to cook on. We lost George Foreman at 76 years old. It says here he died peacefully in a Houston hospital. No official cause was given as of yet. The family stated he was surrounded by loved ones when he passed.
76 years old, bro. I remember George Foreman being young when I was a child.
Oh, that was about the happiest motherfucker, man. You never saw him ever mad or upset.
I don't know if he still was, but he was like, because he was a boxer, retired, and he came back. When he came back,
he's a priest in between.
Yes, I was gonna say he was a preacher and a boxer at the same time.
Yeah.
He said he was doing it for the Lord.
The wrath of God.
Every time you saw him in an interview, excuse me, he was always happy, man. Like he had his big grin on his face, like he just loved life.
Do you know how much he made off them grills? Do you know? I happened to Google his net worth when he died. Anybody else did that but me? I like to Google people net worths all the time. I can randomly tell you how much everybody's fucking worth according to the internet. I can.
Yeah, I don't.
He at the time that he died, he was worth $300 million.
That's crazy.
And 80% of that came from the grills.
The grills.
And the company, Foreman Grills, is a net worth of $137.5 million.
He sold, him and his partner sold the George Foreman grill to another company because he had no parts of the grill anymore. Back in, this blew my mind. I was like, damn, them grills been around that long. In 1999, he sold the grills to some other distributor because they wanted to give him a bunch of money.
Okay.
Time out.
I got a question.
This better be a good one.
So we said
you just stopped the whole show.
The George Foreman grills. Did he have any part of making the grill? Was it his concept?
No.
It was an endorsement.
So
image endorsement.
This dude, there's a guy behind him, came up with this idea of this grill, and somehow got in contact with George Foreman.
Oh, it get better than that. The guy who came up with the grill allegedly wanted Hulk Hogan. He was a big Hulk Hogan fan. Because this is back when Hulk Hogan was like WWF, fuck WWE. Yeah. It was with WWF when he was the shit, Hulkamania, ripping shirts off. And yeah. So I'm the only one saw you do that. Everybody else had their head down. They didn't see you do that.
God damn
it. So the pitch was for Hulk Hogan to have the grills. So it could be Hulk Hogan grills. And Hulk Hogan manager or agent, one of the two, presented him with it, and he was like, fuck that. I don't want that shit, brother. Brother, I don't want no fucking grills, brother. This shit is a bust, brother. Just so happened.
Is that your Hogan invitation?
That was my Hulk Hogan invitation. So Hulk Hogan and George Foreman, thank you. Hulk Hogan and George Foreman shared the same agent and manager and say, fuck it, I'm going to go, hey, you don't want it, I'm going to try Big George. Big George say, man, I don't care. Let's do it. Let's grill up something. And the rest was history.
So it says Hulk Hogan missed out on the George Foreman grill endorsement deal. Instead, endorsed a Hulkamania meatball maker and a blender called the
Hulkamania meatball maker.
Hulkamania meatball maker and a blender called the Hulk Hogan Thunder Mixer, which was not successful.
Never heard of it. That's how successful it was.
Exactly.
There's a reason why we didn't hear about it. The George Foreman grill was actually invented by Michael Boehm back in
Yep.
1994. The original name of the grill was going to be called the Short Order Grill because he wanted to create a device that can cook meat on both sides simultaneously.
So so George Foreman had nothing to do with the technology of it. The
No.
only thing George Foreman had to do is getting his name on the fucking box.
That's
And
it.
so, and it made him $200 million.
Because what's the other guy name?
Michael Bohem.
Nobody would ever fucking bought a Bohem grill.
Exactly.
but we say George Foreman grill, I'll take it.
Show of hands.
Well,
who had the Foreman grill?
I had a few of them fuckers.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I had
They
a
were
few of
great.
them fuckers.
I had
He came out with the bigger ones.
Yep.
I had
smaller
the counter
ones.
one. I had the counter one. I had the stand-up one that goes on the patio.
I had the counter one.
I had I could do like 6 burgers
Oh yeah,
at one time with one. Then I had one that
like a
make me a
big
nice.
blue one.
Yeah.
That big blue one, man.
Then I had the one that could make me a nice grilled cheese.
I love
Oh, yeah.
slapping
So
my
George
meat on a
Foreman
good
was paid
grill.
40% of the profits for every grill that was sold. He was guaranteed 40%
Wow.
of the sale.
They sold they sold the grills in 1999
He would generate
137 million.
and he would million. They didn't sell the grills for millions.
No. They sold the rights to
Oh, he
another
sold
company.
the company. Yeah, he sold the endorsement. So George Foreman would get a monthly check just from his endorsement and the 40% for $4.5 million monthly on the sale of George Foreman grills.
So that goes back
And
to
he
your
didn't
point,
do
Wally.
anything about it. He didn't have anything to do with it except he did the commercials and he had his little autograph on the grill.
Yeah,
Why
but
is
his
it-
personality and him being happy every time you saw him, every time he spoke.
If I got $4 million a month, I'll be happy too.
Well,
Me
no
too.
doubt.
I would have a
mean,
smile on my
it
face
was
if I
like
had
that.
$4 million a month.
He was like that beforehand.
I'm a pretty happy guy right now. I'm broke. So imagine.
Okay, so let me
I'd be doing cartwheels. Who knows what you'd be doing?
So from the very beginning of being a part of the George Foreman grills, the commercials and everything, he had that big smile. He had those big chubby cheeks, man. He was just so happy, man. And then you saw what he did when he, left boxing and come back, boxing. What was he, 55 years old, I think?
He was in the 40s. He was in the 40s. He was in his 40s.
40s?
Because he beat Michael Moore
When he left?
when he came back.
When he came back, yeah, he was in his mid to late 40s.
Somebody was in their 50s when they came back.
I thought it was in the 50s.
Now you're gonna make me pull the ditch up. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking
Jay
for
gonna
it.
beat me to it.
Yeah, I thought it was 50s. Somebody came back when they were 55.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe I got it mixed up.
Right. Let's see, how old was George Foreman when he regained the title? He was 45 years old.
I thought he was in his 40s.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
George Foreman, a heavyweight champion who returned to the sport, regained his title.
Michael Moore.
45 years old.
He knocked Michael Moore ass out like in the 10th round.
But still, to leave when he was in his 30s, come back when he's 45, and kind of win the title and did what he did.
And it's funny, you know why he came back?
He was probably broke.
He was broke.
He was broke.
He was broke, and that was his way of getting like a couple dollars in his pocket. And look at him
Even in the movie, have you guys seen the George Foreman movie?
It's pretty
I
good.
never saw it.
It's not bad. And even in the movie, they even tell him, you're going to have to sell a lot more grills if you're going to be able to sustain your lifestyle. So that's what part of it. He made the decision to go back to boxing.
So you think Foreman dies Friday night and Jesus goes, motherfucker, Ali, get your shit. I got some shit for tomorrow night.
Yes, rematch.
I mean, if I'm Jesus, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, what was that?
I know you would.
That wasn't a Thriller in Manila. That was something.
That came from nowhere, dude. Like I was like, what are you talking about?
That's not the Thriller in Manila. That's fuck. It was huge though, because in the Ali movie, remember that Will Smith played? That's the fought George Foreman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ali Boombaye.
Boombaye. Go ahead, dog. They sound pretty good over there. But George Foreman, man, if you watch the movie, I forgot what platform I seen it on, but it came from nothing. He was always a big guy, man. When you watch the movie, he was always that big kid that was afraid of people. And
He was What do you mean afraid of people?
They would bully him. They would bully him, and I think the only time he would fight if they took his fucking food because he was sharing his food with like 10 other brothers and sisters.
Good. That makes fucking sense. Keep your hands on my goddamn plate.
You know, he was always big and in school with no shoes on because his mother was poor. It was bad. You know, that's where they portrayed it in the movie. So he left to go to, I think, Job Corps. He just dropped out of school, went to Job Corps, and that's when he picked up boxing in Job Corps.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. George, you're right though, Wally. He was one of the most retired boxers, older and younger, are dicks. They assholes. But George Foreman was always smiling when he commentated a fight, when they interviewed him. He was always a pleasure to see. I'm not ashamed to say it. When I didn't realize it because I got pretty hammered when I got home Friday. So I didn't realize he died till yesterday when I woke up and I shed a tear.
Oh, you thought you were dreaming the whole time, but you were just fucking blackout drunk.
So selling those grills, you have to kind of get into the suburban, I hate to say it, suburban white woman, and because
I love getting in suburban white women.
Oh God,
it's been a while since I got into one.
I was waiting for somebody to say the joke.
It's been a while since I got into one, but okay.
He had to connect. He had to connect. I'm sorry,
with suburban white women.
He had to connect with them in order for them to buy those grills and to make it popular because they were the ones making the purchases. You know, they are the ones that saw that, infomercial and saw it come across to go, oh, let me try that out. And you saw an interview with George Foreman talking about it and they related to him or they just liked his smile or his personality. But I would guarantee you they were the ones probably that drove it. It wasn't like
they were talking.
It's not like men, sitting around watching TV and looking at the commercial going, yeah, I got to get one of those grills.
They was definitely the target market in the beginning, but then I think it just spread to everybody because they wasn't expensive.
They weren't expensive, and they cooked your food in 5 minutes.
It worked, right? I mean,
it did its job.
It did its job. You put the hamburger in there, you close the motherfucker down, the grease ran down.
And you think you're healthy as fuck. Look, I don't have any grease. All the oil is in there in that tray.
Might have to be like, pour that shit back on.
Then you throw a couple of chicken thighs on there, you have enough grease to fry some chicken.
You're like, damn, there's a lot of grease coming out of that chicken.
But it worked, man. It worked, man. I mean, the guy had $300 million, man. That's crazy. Go ahead, Jay.
No, you're good. We'll do this again, right? Here we go. It's the top of the hour. You're listening to the Florida Trash Talkers. We're live on YouTube, guys. Still have lots to come, such as Aaron's just kidding. Aaron Rodgers, where's he going? Wally wants to talk about the NCAA tournament. We still got to talk about the lady who came home with an alligator in her kitchen and the lady that killed the dog at the airport. Crazy stuff going on out there. So, Wally, what's going on with this double ANRV tournament?
Let it go.
The fuck did you just say?
Let it go.
I don't know what I just said. I have no idea what I just
said.
He get a pass.
NCAA tournament.
Just stop talking, Jay.
Tournament.
He get a pass because he said George Foreman name correct. I don't know.
That's right. I was debating if I should call him Foreman George.
Waiting on him to fuck that up.
Wow. I should have said Foreman George. All right.
Wow.
So what's going on? Let's talk about the NCAA tournament. What's going on with that? No, man, I got it. Wally's losing it here. Wally's losing it here.
So I can tell you I'm not a basketball fan, so the only part I like is we're in the Sweet 16 now, right? Or is it finished up? Does it all finish up this week?
I think we're still in the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, still in the tournament. It's 16 started Monday.
The Sweet 16 finished. Shit.
You're right there, bud.
Today's games finishes the Sweet 16.
Okay. Finishes setting up the Sweet 16.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
So you have like Florida. I think Florida's playing Connecticut. which is the two-time reigning champs.
Yep.
Florida to me. So my favorites. Let's just cut down to it. Do y'all have two finalists that make it? Mine are Florida Duke, and I don't even know.
Give me a second to look it up. I don't know who the fuck in.
How much I've paid attention. They may even meet up in the Final Four before they get to the finals, so I don't even know. But to me, they are the two best teams in the country. It's going to be Florida Duke. To me, is probably the NRAAP tournament.
But you can't go wrong with Duke though. Duke in that bitch.
A4.
Any more letters we could throw in there?
ZY and Q.
Man, I think it's gonna be an upset between Duke and Baylor. Though Baylor's a hard team to beat.
Baylor's always tough when it comes to postseason, man. I don't. My favorite part of basketball season right now is that it's almost over. So, I'm not a huge basketball fan, but
I'm not a college basketball fan because there's too many fucking college basketball teams.
Yes,
every college in America has. If they don't have no other sport, they have basketball. So it's too many. So I just root for UM, and UM sucked so bad this year.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that might be why I don't follow, Keith. I don't know.
It's too many. It's too much. It's too much.
It's a lot because I do casually follow the NBA. Like postseason the NBA, I'll watch it all day long.
I'm gonna tell you to that point. The only time I actually get into college basketball is when it's down to 8 teams left in the bracket.
That's probably when I'll start looking at it too.
Because when there's like 8 teams left in the bracket, but but because I'm a degenerate gambler, I know who's playing.
Yeah.
So I can look at it right now and tell you who I think.
There was a upset yesterday, wasn't there?
It was upset Friday.
Friday, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, when Memphis got beat. Memphis got beat by Colorado, but I called that though. I was at work Friday and I told them Colorado gonna beat Memphis.
So I was thinking around on Hard Rock, picking a parlay, just picking winners because I don't know shit about them, and I picked Memphis to lose, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that was the one that was going to be the upset. And I forget somebody else lost it. I would have lost the whole bet. I never did went through it. I was like, remove all. But it was like a $20 bet to win $51,000.
But everybody on their screen, pull up the bracket. If you go to NCRAAA 15, there you can pull up your bracket right now. That's all pick 2 teams. One from each side.
Where am I going here? I just popped into the back. I had to go get a water.
NCAA bracket. Just type that in, and ESPN has a really good bracket that you can check out, and it's up to date. It has points and everything, and it has both sides, so we can literally pick one team from each side. That's still gonna make it.
I told you, Duke, Florida for me in the finals.
Let me see if are they on the same side. How is Florida on the West? I don't understand how Florida's on the West.
That confuses the fuck out of me too.
There's no other fucking team in the bracket as far east as Florida, but they're in the West.
To me, Duke, Florida. I said it last week, and I didn't even see. That was before we even knew how the brackets came.
Even UConn's in the West, and that's pretty fucking east too.
Well, Florida plays UConn today.
I'm gonna go with Milwaukee.
That's gonna be a good game.
Oh, they play today?
Yes, at
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
I just scored it.
I'm gonna go with. It says right here. I'm gonna go with Milwaukee and South Dakota.
Smart choice. Go ahead and put $100,000 on it.
I'm gonna tell you another game.
You know what?
Good too.
Hang on, I'm gonna make that happen right now.
That Auburn Michigan game gonna be. Woo, that's gonna be a good one. Auburn Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
That Duke Baylor's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna pick Houston only because I love the city of Houston.
Right. So let's see here. NCAA bracket. Lots going on here. I have no idea what I'm looking at because I don't like basketball. But if I had to pick, I'll go with let's go with Colorado State and Memphis. Which already happened.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Yeah. So
What
I just read.
He said Colorado. Colorado State and fucking Memphis. That's what he said.
Yeah, and it already happened.
Memphis is already out, I thought.
Yeah,
anyway.
Colorado State beat them.
Yeah. Colorado State beat them 78-70. So how about if I find one that hasn't happened yet?
Actually, it makes sense. Yes. No. What about Arkansas beating St. John's yesterday, man? Did y'all see that? Oh, y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all
Don't know nothing about that.
I don't have a clue what's going on with that.
John Calipari beating Rick Rick
Pitino? Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see that on ESPN. Where like, do they even like each other? Or?
No, they hate each other.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Love it.
Never mind. Yeah.
I know who I'm going with. I'm going with
sports podcast, guys. All right.
I'm going with Auburn. And
again, we are very good about doing our research and knowing what we're talking about on this show.
Yeah, I would bank on anything we pick.
I'm going Auburn and Houston. Auburn.
You have to go for Milwaukee, that's for sure. All right. So since none of us except for Wally knows anything about basketball, and Keith, what about Aaron Rodgers? We talked a little bit about it last week. What's happening with him? Do we still think he's going to retire? Do we think he's going to a team? I know there's no news yet. He's still debating on what he's going to do. What's your thoughts?
I know he had a 6-hour meeting Friday, I believe.
Yeah, it was a long ass meeting.
And to me, I was like, that is kind of a dick move. 6-hour Friday, college basketball going on that day, and you're holding people up for that. I don't know, but I feel like it's Pittsburgh or you're done.
Pittsburgh a bus.
Yeah.
But what are you talking about for 6 hours?
Salary, probably.
What are you talking about for 6 hours? Because it's Aaron Rodgers, who don't know his body of work.
Yeah, exactly.
They're trying to make sure that he doesn't step on the field and 2 minutes later he's out for the season again.
Well, that's always why I was like, are you in there breaking down film with him? What do you see here? What do you see there?
How old is? You're definitely not showing him in playbook.
Right.
Definitely not showing the playbook till he's signed in, he inked in. So what the fuck are you talking about in 6 hours?
Yeah. He's a strange cat. The more he's away from Green Bay, the more I get why people hate him.
Talking about, are you going to be on Pat McAfee?
I'll be right back.
If you're going to be doing this show or that show, or you're going to be doing these interviews, where's your commitment with, if we bring in another quarterback to develop, will you be there? Who the fuck knows, man? I mean,
will you still be smoking that shit? And making a live and putting the shit on Netflix if you sign with Pittsburgh.
What, the Oscar Waska stuff?
Yeah, he filmed it. He filmed himself smoking that shit.
Hey man, they say it's great for the brain, dude. They say it heals the brain.
I have no idea what it is, but I heard it trips you like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's oh god, that's a whole fucking subject. But supposedly, it helps heals the brain, and there's been studies of it shit, was it CTS? What's that, brain injury?
I know you're talking about. Mm-hmm. I can't. I don't get me the line, but I know what you're talking about.
But come on, man, say the letters. Sounds stupid like me.
R.
But what?
I'm just saying letters.
Okay. But so supposedly it helps with the brain. So that's, I mean, if that's what he's going down there to do, and that ayahuasca stuff, and there's actually research and science evidence that actually helps the brain and stuff. So I mean, I can't hate him for it. But
it's a lot of celebrities that do it too.
Yes. But what I mean, are the Vikings still in? Still in? It doesn't make sense to me.
No, Minnesota Vikings say that Aaron Rodgers was never an option.
Okay. So what is he waiting on?
They reported that like Thursday or Friday. That
I know that's what they say, but so why has it been such a long decision so far? I mean, because if it's either Aaron Rodgers has to go, I'm retiring, or I'm playing for Pittsburgh. If Minnesota's not in the mix.
My thing, this is what I think.
The Giants assigned Jameis
Winston, yeah.
So where's your other opening to play? Tennessee?
Did they sign another quarterback this season too?
Huh?
Didn't the Giants sign another quarterback too this season? The second quarterback they signed? Because they got like the number
they
two.
they re-signed the veto. They
definitely gonna draft one of these big name quarterbacks in the draft.
Where are they at? Third, fourth?
Yeah, they second or third. They in the top 5. So they definitely either gonna get probably Deion Sanders' son. Yeah.
Yeah, Sanders.
Giants signed QB Jameis Winston for a 2-year deal for $8 million.
I've been trying to get his damn Instagram handle so I can see if I can get him on the show, and I can't find it for nothing.
Whose Instagram handle?
Jameis Winston. I would love to interview him on the show.
Okay. Let me see if I can figure that out for you.
Okay.
Dave, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, but you can't hear me. No, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers and where he go. We're talking about Jameis Winston, who just signed a 2-year deal with the New York Giants.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, do we have? So if you had to pick, is he retiring or is he signing with the Steelers?
I think he's going to Pittsburgh.
You think he got one more year in him?
Yeah, I think you're going to put probably very similar to a Winston deal, give him 2 years.
For a 6-hour interview, that lean to me, an interview that long, that probably leans more to they do want him.
Yeah,
but like Wally was saying, they probably was ironing out, hey, Pat McAfee, because everybody's not a McAfee fan.
Wally is.
I can appreciate Pat McAfee. I don't dislike him.
I love the show. I watch it every day.
I think he's great.
Yeah, I can appreciate him. The most goddamn kicker ever.
The dude on YouTube's got 100,000 viewers daily on his shows, man, on YouTube. Just on YouTube. Not counting ESPN.
Hashtag Pat McAfee so we can
yeah, get that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hashtag him.
Probably in the development of whatever new quarterback, because if Aaron Rodgers come in there, right, it's noted that he's not a fucking developer. You learn on your fucking own. And I think he's only like, yes, it is.
No.
I think that changed because
that show that he made.
Yes.
What I heard, I haven't watched it, but from what I heard, Jordan Love actually said that Rodgers was actually helped him out and was kind of a mentor towards him.
Really?
That's
yeah.
So on that documentary, it said Aaron Rodgers. He was caught off guard by that draft pick, but he said the incident happened. He said he went and poured a glass of tequila or whiskey, I forget what it was, took a shot, watched his phone blowing up all night, and he just ignored it. And he said in that moment, he was not going to do what Favre did to him.
Okay, that's what I was going.
Yeah.
Because originally, when the knee-jerk reaction, when they drafted Jordan Love, he said, it's not my job to train him.
Mm-hmm.
That was the knee-jerk reaction. And I said to myself, fuck, he's doing the same thing that Favre, because Favre publicly said, I'm not training him.
Yeah.
Favre said, I'm not training my replacement.
Yeah. Yep. And Rodgers brought it when it felt like Favre had isolated him from the team. And
okay, I like that. I like that he did have a change of heart, because originally when they first drafted Jordan Love, he said, I ain't fucking with him.
Yep.
But see, that's
Go ahead, Wally.
That's the thing about the media. You're only hearing what you hear, man. You don't know exactly. And then when and don't get me wrong, it's not like I did a whole lot of research either, but hearing the right, I guess,
yeah,
hearing the
sounds
right
about
thing. But you hear the media just feed on certain things about Rodgers, but then when I guess from what I've heard, if you get behind closed doors with the dude, he's really a good guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too.
So I mean, that's the thing. It's like you hear so much from the media of this guy's this way, and because of the back in COVID, getting the fucking
vaccine.
the vaccine and shit. I didn't get the vaccine. Fuck that shit. I was never going to get it.
He was
Uh,
anti-vaccine too.
I'm a
So-
vaccine.
We have a comment in regards to Aaron Rodgers. Chris Bowman states, "Who cares? He sucks."
He does.
Ah, hey, he
His
had good
older
numbers
age,
last year.
older Aaron Rodgers sucked.
Look, he was top 10 this year.
Younger
Top 10.
Aaron Rodgers was a force to reckon with.
Oh, Christopher, you stirred up the pot on that one.
That's the principle, sir.
So
That is the
no,
principle.
wait a second. If you look at his stats, he was a top 10 quarterback this year. And I'm going to tell you, the beginning of the season, at his age, coming off that Achilles injury, it might have taken him a full a year and a half at least
Yeah.
to really get back to being able to play the way that he was playing before. And you saw that at the end of the year, he was making plays. He was able to scramble within the pocket, throw the ball down the field. He's still accurate.
He finally
So
trusted it that it was healed.
Right. Whatever it was, whether it was, physically, it was finally healed, or mentally he was finally healed with it. He started playing better at the end of the year. And if you're somebody like Pittsburgh, you just got DK Metcalf, you got Pickens on the outside, you got a decent tight end, two decent tight ends.
Yeah.
Running backs question mark with
Wilson?
Harris. No, Harris.
Wilson or Williams? I know you're talking about.
No, Harris.
Harris went to Kansas City, or no, he went to Chargers.
Went to Chargers. Yes, he went to the Chargers. Yep. So yeah, the new running back's going to be Wilson. I think it's Wilson. I think is his last name.
Yep.
So they have weapons. So Rodgers going in there and being as accurate as he was showing at the end of the year gives them an opportunity to finally compete with Baltimore and maybe get past the first round. And if Pittsburgh's able to move within I forget where they're at in the draft, but there's going to be some late quarterbacks later on in the draft that you could actually pick up that's going to be halfway decent. And you have somebody like Rodgers that can kind of mentor him. It's not a bad idea. The thing I don't understand is, why is it taking so fucking long? Let's get the deal done.
He probably asking for a lot of money too, bro. And everybody know you're not, because of his age, he's not gonna get max Aaron Rodgers. And I'm like, the principal, he sucked.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's that dude that cares about money. Like, he already has money, dude.
He's already got it. Yeah.
He's already made all the money. Like, I don't think this is like, I'm trying to get another $30 million a year contract. I think if he got $15-16 million a year, he'd be fine with it. Yeah. I just think he's already. I don't think that's a big contributing factor. Now,
Pittsburgh has a late draft pick, by the way. They're number 21.
21. That's what I just looked up too.
Okay, you can still get a quarterback from Ohio State, man. I can't remember his name right now. But
and if you go to NFL.com, their number one need in the draft is a quarterback.
So maybe the dude from Ole Miss is there. And then, like I said, man, maybe it's Aaron Rodgers going, man, do I really want to come back and do this? Because the last 2 years kind of sucked. Am I at a place where I don't need the money? Is it just time for me to walk away?
He's probably just looking, hey, Pittsburgh has got, what are they doing so they don't, what changes are they making so they don't do what they did? Remember, they were on fire last year, and in the last 6 games, they went like 1-5 or some shit.
Well, Pickens got hurt. I think Pickens got hurt later on in the year, so that kind of killed their offense. Their defense is strong.
Yeah.
As far as the salary, we got a comment saying that they would, if he plays for anybody, they'd only give him the league minimum.
I think it's gonna demand more than league minimum.
What is the league minimum? Does anybody know?
I could tell you in a second.
Not for his.
Like 750,000 or something.
Well,
like
there's
it's in the millions.
There's a league minimum, and then there's like a veteran league minimum.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be probably, I would imagine, around $5 million a year. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's
the league minimum for vets.
The league minimum for a vet is increasing for 2 years of experience. It's like $1 million a season.
Oh, okay.
It's close to $1 million a season, so he's going to make more than that.
But if he got the league minimum for 2 years, that he'd just make $2 million for the two seasons.
He's got State Farm money. He's fine.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, I
He doesn't need
to
he
be on
doesn't
State
need the
Farm
money.
commercials.
Yeah.
Listen, quiet as kept. He has Jeopardy money. Goddammit. You know,
He does, yeah.
I'm a huge Jeopardy fan. You know, a lot of people don't know that. I'm a huge Jeopardy fan. I haven't missed an episode in years. And when Alice Trebek died, and they had a guest host every day, he was the best, in my opinion.
He was great.
He was the best guest host after Alice Trebek died.
He's super intelligent, man. I mean, he's just
He's on a different level on the way he thinks, and that's why
Yes.
it's so. And that's why it's weird to everybody and the media because he thinks on a different level.
Yep.
And so, look, you don't know what's going on with this guy, you know, with his mental state right now. Is he? Maybe it is. You know, everybody wants to say, "Oh, he's just playing games with the teams." No, maybe he's really just sitting there going, "Maybe I am just happy in life right now, and I just want to just kind of just go off to the sunset." Now, to walk away from something that you've done for the past 20 years that you love doing, and just to be able to sit there and make that quick of a decision within 3 months, you know, is very difficult. I mean, it's probably taken him time to kind of.
But if he comes back, what is he coming back for? Is he chasing somebody?
If he's coming back to show that he can be a winner. I think that's the biggest thing because it felt so bad, you know, with the Jets that he doesn't want to walk away from the game like that.
But that was his decision.
You know what I'm saying?
The Jets are the Jets. I don't give a fuck who you put on the Jets. The Jets are the Jets, year in, year out.
They had talent, dude, but once again, they had talent. But the thing that when the guy tears his ACL or no,
Achilles.
Yeah, his Achilles. It takes them a while to come back. So if he would have never tore that, who knows what kind of season that they would have had the first year, and then the second season fix whatever went wrong in the first season, because it was probably going to be offensive line that they really needed to look at because he was getting hammered in the first 3 minutes of the game. So, but if you fix that in the second season with the weapons that they had and the defense that they had a good opportunity to go to the Super Bowl.
Call me Notre Dame, but they would have sucked.
No, I don't think so.
The Jets always suck.
They had a top 10 defense
and still suck. Offense couldn't score.
Once again,
I'm gonna guess that Keith does not like the Jets.
I feel like it's an AFC East thing.
Yeah. Motherfucker, we can go all day. We can go all day. We can fucking go all day.
So
if it ain't the Miami Dolphins, they suck.
We can go all fucking day. Anybody in the NFL, AFC East, I hate them.
Well, you look at Keith. You know, I'm not agreeing with you because it's the AFC East, but the Jets do suck as an organization because you look at that big ass offensive lineman they drafted, that Mekhi Becton. They cut him loose, I think, after one season. He goes to the Eagles, becomes a Pro Bowler, and then signed a 1-year deal with the like a prove yourself thing. And then he just signed a major deal with, I think, Seattle. So, I mean, the dude it just might be the
don't get me wrong,
lack of development.
They make bad decisions. There's no doubt about that. And that's why the Jets is where they were at. But I think with Rodgers going there, I think it was the right decision with the defense that they had and the weapons they had on offense. And like I said, going into the second season, they're going to try to fix whatever didn't work in the first season to make the second season better. And I think it would have worked. But the way things that happened, I think Rodgers doesn't want to go out that way. I think if he has an opportunity to play for Pittsburgh, who has some weapons, a good defense, kind of the same thing, and he's successful, he can go out on a different way than he is right now.
Yeah. Go out on a winning record.
Exactly. And maybe not win the Super Bowl, but Pittsburgh, yes, they don't ever lose. They don't ever have a losing season.
Right.
But they never get past the first round. If he could make it to an AFC championship game,
yep,
and and then he leaves, then it's a different kind of way of going out.
Off
So
subject.
I think he's just weighing those back and forth on what he really wants to do, man.
Off subject, Mike Tomlin, right? They make a big deal about how, don't get me wrong, I'm not a Mike Tomlin hater. I'm not. I think he's a pretty good coach. But any other coach would have been fired by now. He's always over 500. But that's all he do. Like you just said, that's all he do.
But he's so respected throughout the NFL. He's got a Super Bowl. He's won a Super Bowl.
I think he got 2.
I think he's got 2.
Yeah, he has 2.
Hey, if he has, I don't remember, but if he has 2, even better. So you're not going to get rid of a coach that has 2 Super Bowl championships and had never had a losing season. How do you get rid of that?
Yeah, I don't think he's done anything worthy of being fired.
You're always and an opportunity to make the playoffs by always having a winning season. He's won, if you say 2 Super Bowls, I know he's guaranteed. I know he's definitely won 1.
I think he's won 2 because every time Ben Roethlisberger raped somebody, they won a Super Bowl.
See, Keith, I don't know if you hate black coaches or white quarterbacks right now.
Every time Ben Roethlisberger raped somebody, they won a Super Bowl that same year.
So Aaron Rodgers saved women from getting raped by beating Pittsburgh in a Super Bowl. Circle of life, motherfuckers.
Circle of life.
But yeah, I don't. So, I mean, Tomlin's like one of the best coaches in the NFL. You don't get
He is. He's great.
That's just.
I don't dislike him. I don't dislike him. I just think Pittsburgh have been mediocre like the last 10 years.
Well, the thing I don't like what Pittsburgh's doing is so do they keep Russell Wilson? Because Wilson hasn't signed, right?
No, he hasn't signed.
So I know I guess it was in talks with Cleveland, but I haven't heard anything about him doing anything with Cleveland. So if he's
wasn't there a quarterback that just signed with Cleveland? Or
somebody did just sign with Cleveland.
Who the fuck was it?
Because that's another dude raping motherfuckers too. Deshaun Watson ain't shit. Let's see.
He don't rape them.
He pays for a hand job.
They just happy endings all the time. He forced.
I'm gonna say the bitch was forcing happy
But so I don't know where Rodgers goes. I hope he's happy, and I hope it's exciting, and I hope it's just good football, and it is what it is at this point.
We're getting close to football season, boys.
Close shit.
Let me think that. Let me think that. Okay, God damn it.
Haven't even got to the draft yet.
We're a month away.
No, they didn't. They still got Deshaun Watson and Kenny Pickett.
Oh, Kenny Pickett, who I was thinking of that went there
Pickett.
though.
Yeah.
So, but
nice.
Yeah, I saw a thing with Myles Garrett changed his mind and said Myles Garrett demanded a quarterback, Super Bowl caliber quarterback, and they showed that clip of Kenny Pickett trying to throw the ball in the playoff game and threw himself right to the fucking ground. They're like, here you go.
But his bank account is happy. So
I'll be that guy all day long.
I don't think he had a choice in that, man, to be honest.
He damn near got that George Foreman grill money now.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So, got a little conspiracy music playing in the background.
No, that's something else.
Yeah. So, Dave, you brought this up off air. We talked about it, about movies kind of training us and desensitizing us to things.
Yep.
And what is it that they are desensitizing us from now?
So I woke up this morning, I've been on vacation and I usually can't sleep anyway, but since I don't know why, I'm maybe prepping myself for work tomorrow. I woke up 4:00 in the morning, just kind of scrolling through social media, and I saw a article, again, social media, so take it for what it's worth. But it says
everything you read on social media is real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, just like our show.
Right. So it said that scientists are 4 to 5 years away from recreating dinosaur cells and being able to create a living dinosaur. And it's the first comment said there's literally 4 movies that say why this is not a good idea. So it's like maybe all right, dinosaurs coming back. We said earlier, We're using all these fossil fuels. How many
Oh.
dinosaurs are left?
Doug, so I don't know if this is on the same subject, but yeah, definitely. Why would we want dinosaurs to come back just to eat us? And
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
I didn't say it was a good idea. I'm just like, why the fuck?
but so I was standing outside my girl's place yesterday, and this electric car comes driving by, and it's it's making that
Yeah, that weird sound it made.
that. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, that sounds exactly like the movies 10 years ago talking about electric vehicles back
Yeah.
then. How the
Yeah.
fuck did they know that that's exactly how it was going to sound
Yep.
then?
Because they had
You know
them
what I'm saying?
already.
They had them already. They were building them back
They
then.
had them
They're
already.
sensitizing us to things, So are these dinosaurs going to be off to Costa Rica on an island?
I don't. Maybe Epstein
Or are they
Island.
just going to be walking around freely down I-4?
There's already dinosaurs on I-4.
Got alligators. So
They got that dinosaur
Yeah.
world thing. So, like I said, I just saw that. And I'm like, God damn it. We talked about robots with skeletons or
Yeah.
human
Flesh-
skin
flesh-
on them,
yeah.
and now dinosaurs, and then who knows what Wally with his cars. Maybe they are.
Yep.
To Jurassic
Well, you got the Terminator with all the AI stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
How many movies they make about that shit, and them taking over the world.
They've been making, I think the original Terminator came out, I want to say 87.
It's
Is
you know
it
whose fault
84.
it is?
84.
All the it's the damn movies, back in the past, putting these ideas in these people, and now technology is developed enough where you could probably do some of these things.
Yeah.
Mhm,
You know what I'm
without a
saying?
doubt.
Like, if those movies were never made, would we know about AI? Would we even be thinking about it?
I think it'll be. I think
You know what I'm
we
saying?
wouldn't know about it. I think the reason why my thought process is that they desensitize us with these movies, the AI, now dinosaurs, right? I'm watching a program on Netflix called Zero Day, and I think they're preparing us for the next terrorist attack, which is a cyber attack. I think they're desensitizing us with these movies. They know about it. They have this technology back then, back when Terminator came out. They had that technology. I mean, they knew about robots walking around, and they made a movie about it. So when it happens, like it's about to,
No, but
we're
wait a second,
desensitized to it.
Okay, but wait a second. Maybe back then the imagination was big enough where they thought about how a robot should look and how it should work and how it should walk around or act. But somebody at the age of 10 saw that movie, and it sparked some kind of thing in them, and then they start trying to implement it, and maybe not just one kid, maybe there's fucking 40,000 kids that see this movie, and they think about it, and as they grow older they're inspired by it, and they want to make that kind of stuff, and then it develops to where it is right now.
Well, the
You know what I'm saying?
human's been fascinated with robots forever. I remember as a kid, I wanted a Rosie. Remember the Jetsons had fucking Rosie.
Oh,
when
yeah,
I was a
yeah.
kid. You know,
yeah.
so it was a cartoon, I know, but we all was like, man, they have a robot made and they're flying cars. When are we gonna have that? And I want to say the Jetsons. And what year was the setting of the Jetsons?
I'm looking that up right now. And the 60s, no, right?
No, you
No,
talk about like in
the actual
future.
setting. The setting of
Yeah,
the Jetsons
So
was
the show's 2038 or something like that, or
Let's see. It says here it was supposed to take place in the year 2062.
we're not far from that.
I mean, we're not far. We're not
That's-
far.
Not good for you, Keith, because you know the joke, right?
I won't make it.
Nope.
I won't say it. But
No, I mean you'll be fine. The joke is there's no black people in the Jetsons.
There's not a one.
didn't think about that.
God, come on, be a little racist.
It says here the Jetsons they had robotic vacuum cleaners, which we have now, smart homes, which we have now, smartphones, and other aspects of 3D printing and smart watches, which
So,
I think all three of you guys wear a smartwatch.
so if you're the dude that developed the Terminator, and he sparked 40,000 kids to try to develop some kind of an AI thing, and it just kept building and building to where we are right now. That's pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
mean, you think about what Skynet was in that movie. It was to be helpful, and then it became self-aware. Is when
And then it became self-reliant on itself.
Yep.
I think it's still a conspiracy. I think it's more they're desensitizing us. So you can talk about the robots all you want to, right? But what about the aliens? We've been watching alien movies for as long as we live, right? Since we've been around, we've been watching alien movies. Now, the government is telling us there's aliens and perhaps could be walking amongst us, or UFOs are all of a sudden popping up everywhere. And you know what we do about it? We go, let's move on. Who cares?
Yeah, we
You know what I
already
mean?
seen that. We
So
seen
it's
that
not just the
documentary.
robots. I think television and movies are desensitizing us to what they have planned coming our way.
That'd be
Well,
cool.
you look at
I want a
you look at-
dinosaur.
No,
You
you
You want
got
to pet dinosaur?
Keep that dinosaur
You
in
wanna
Lake
pet dinosaur?
County. Keep that dinosaur in Lakeland.
Nope. Come to your house first.
See David just walking his Tyrannosaurus.
I got T-Rex ribs, guys. Been on the smoker for 12 weeks. Fucking huge. These won't fit on my Foreman grill.
Oh my finger. Yeah, so I think that's interesting that they want to recreate dinosaurs, and I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a
So,
good idea.
Once again, we've made movies to show exactly what happens. So
Yeah, I know. Dinosaurs are going to eat everybody. Man, no, thanks you. I don't want that. We don't need dinosaurs walking around. Even if they contain them, if they contain these dinosaurs, I mean, is it still safe to have them back in this world? In this world,
They contained them in the movie and they got out because of some kind of fucking power failure. Now we're in your goddamn sleeper cell movie where the power's going to shut off, electric fences are going to go down, dinosaurs are going to run rampant. I've seen it.
They have another Jurassic
it
Park.
didn't happen. Damn it!
I went to go see Captain America a month or so ago, and they
Was it
have
any good? By the way, we spoke about that.
Yeah, it was decent.
One of our
It
first
was.
episodes.
It wasn't the best Marvel movie, but I give it a 6.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
But there was a trailer for a new Jurassic Park movie coming out.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. It's getting closer.
Yeah. See, they're probably releasing the new movie right before the T-Rex is real.
Oh shit.
Yeah, buddy. I don't know, man. I'm just not. We don't need robots. Okay.
wow.
We
I
don't
want a
need
robot.
robots.
I want a
All right.
Tesla sex robot.
I won't say that on air.
We don't need robots. We don't need dinosaurs walking around. And if the conspiracy is happening about we're being desensitized, right? Are we gonna have zombies walking around too?
Ready, do.
I'm ready for the zombies.
They're doing this.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah, maybe that's their version of it. Yeah.
Yep.
But Keith, you're ready for the zombies. You're prepared for the zombie apocalypse.
I'm ready for the zombies.
How are you prepared? I didn't. You are a prepper, if I remember correctly.
I'm not a prepper. I'm just a shooter, though.
Wait a second. A Democrat with a gun? I didn't know about that.
a Democrat with a lot of guns.
Nice.
Never heard of that. Democrat with guns? Never heard of that thing.
Let them get along.
Democrat with a lot of guns. I'm ready.
We should do that next week, kind of during the week, kind of come up with your end of the world just happens right now. Boom, zombie apocalypse.
What are you doing?
What are you grabbing? What are you?
I'm going.
Nice.
What's in your go bag?
Nope. I'm
What's in your
sitting on
bug out
my.
bag?
I'm sitting on my roof with my University of Miami chair. Because I could pick their ass off about 8 houses down. So.
Well, that's great. I'm sure the zombies will appreciate the fact that you're sitting in your UM chair.
Keith's rangefinder looks like this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, kind of going in that same thing with the dinosaurs. Did you guys hear this week? A woman drowned their dog at the airport. Did you hear about that?
That was the sickest shit, man. I'm a dog.
I got the story
lover.
up here.
I'm a dog lover. I'm a
There's too
dog
many
guy,
dogs.
man.
Kill them all.
I'm a dog guy, and it was a small dog. It's about the size of my dog right now, about the size of Milo. And
I'm gonna send it
this,
straight over to your house so you can cook them. How about that, Jay? Or Wally,
Why? Okay,
whoever
wait a
you
second.
are.
When I was growing up, man, a dog was raised outside. It was a protector, right? Now you got the motherfucking dog in your house. You got them in your vehicles.
we live in Florida. It's too
You
hot.
can't live. You can't walk around or go anywhere without your fucking dog. I go to a goddamn restaurant and there's a fucking dog there. Like all I want to do is fucking eat my goddamn food. Now there's dog hair flying throughout the fucking.
Now, I'm with you on that, Jay. Wally,
yes.
I'm with you on that.
Yes.
If I go to a restaurant and I see a fucking dog sitting there, I turn around. The dog not supposed to be eating at the same restaurant I'm eating at.
So
Oh,
we went out
I'm-
last night for my brother's 40th birthday party to a restaurant, not birthday parties, like a dinner. And I'm sitting down, I'm like, does that say dog biscuits? And as soon as I said it, somebody walked in with their dog. I'm like,
You got to be kidding me.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
I can't stand that shit.
I couldn't either. I was like,
These people can't go 2 hours and leave their fucking dog in a goddamn house to go to a goddamn restaurant and eat. Like you are that pathetic of a person.
They are.
That's you talk about pussifying America. This is what we have got to get away from.
But
I don't think you hate dogs. I think you hate the way people take
I
their
think you
dogs
just hate
somewhere.
people. Yeah.
I'm a dog guy, man. I love dogs.
I'm
I've
a
had
dog
dogs.
guy.
I've had a dog ever since
Okay,
I
you're
was
right.
a child.
Okay, you're
This
right.
music is for Wally because we did officially
You're
change
right.
his name to Angry Wally last week.
Angry Wally. Angry Wally. And listen,
So the dogs are cool. They're just following whatever the owners are trying to
Yeah.
tell them to do.
and the
so
dog
my
don't
anger-
want
It's not
to be
the dog's fault.
the dog don't want to do half the shit that their owners have them doing.
All right, so
I don't wanna do this.
I can't stand to see a fucking dog in a stroller.
Oh my! We have neighbors here that they have two little white dogs, and my wife's always looking out the window. She snoops on everybody. She knows what everybody's doing in this neighborhood.
Sound like my
She knows
wife.
what everybody. Yeah, she knows what everybody's doing. She tells. Can you believe that this lady is walking her dog in a stroller, walking around with the two dogs in the stroller? They're supposed to walk. They're supposed to walk. They have feet.
That irritate the fuck out of me when I see a dog in a stroller.
Yeah.
But back to the story. The lady was trying to board a plane to Colombia.
That's correct.
Right. In our great airport, MCO. And they told him, hey, your dog ain't gonna be able to make this flight. Or some stuff. The dog wasn't able to travel the way she wanted it to travel.
She wanted it to be in the cabin with her, but I guess she didn't get the proper vaccines or paperwork or anything like that. It says here on ABC News, and so it had to go with the luggage. And she was like, "No, I want that dog to come with me." They denied it.
It's pretty cold down there. So anyway, so I hear. So she turned around, went to one of them bathrooms. Anybody ever been into the MCO bathroom?
Yeah.
We got the worst fucking bathroom out of all the major airports.
Say not the women's bathroom, but
We have the worst fucking bathroom out of all the major airports, and I've been to damn near all of them in this country. And she drowned the dog. She drowned the dog, and the maintenance people who cleans up, not the maintenance people, like the custodial people, they knew something was wrong because there's a puddle of water on the fucking floor. So they looked in the trash can and they the dog.
Yep.
wow.
Killed it.
The lady said,
and then-
I'm taking the plane to Columbia. Fido, you're taking Rainbow Bridge.
The woman was arrested in Lake County on Wednesday on charge of aggravated animal abuse and third-degree felony. She was released on $5,000 bail.
Yeah, it's from Claremont.
$5,000 bill, and it's I want to say a 6th-degree felony, so she's only gonna get charged.
I mean,
those $5,000.
just let the dog loose.
Yes.
That's what, yeah. Let it loose
Come
or
on.
let it go. Why do you got to kill it?
If she went right back out to the Concord, like right where people are arriving and dropping people off, and just let the fucking dog go, somebody would take it home.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, I don't know if she could have made it that far, then get checked back in to make the plane flight.
She didn't go. She hadn't gotten TSA. TSA turned around, so she could have went back that way.
Okay. Oh, okay. If that's the case, then yeah, then just walk outside. Now, depending on the size of the dog, what kind of dog it was, maybe the motherfucker gets run over. I don't know.
It was a small dog.
Oh,
Probably-
she could have fucking prison wallet that thing. Like, smuggled that shit. Right in the keister.
Put it in her purse.
Or-
Right in her keister.
But that sucks, though, man. When I read that story, I picked my dog up and just hugged it because there's no way I can hurt my dog like that.
Keith.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah, where's the touchy music?
I know. Where's my touch? I wasn't prepared for the emotional cock. Usually, it's,
Come on,
Wally. Usually, it's you with the angry talk and the and the emotional talk. I
You're
was
not
not
doing
prepared
it,
for
though.
Keith. Keith is the stand-up comedian
missing
along
it.
with David. I didn't know.
You're still missing.
I didn't know.
All right,
Yeah, I'll get some queued up music here. But by the
Let's
time
go.
we'll be probably on the
But
next
yeah, but
topic.
I'm for real though, man. That hurt my feelings when the damn dog got drowned, man. Damn.
There's another 100,000 fucking dogs out there. I mean, really?
Stop getting angry at the fucking dogs, man. It's the people.
Not the-
God damn, you're pissed. I'm gonna punch you in the mouth tomorrow.
Good. Well, that's gonna be hard because I'm on vacation, so we'll see.
This goddamn vacation shit is getting addictive. Everybody on it.
Hey man, take it when you can.
All right, there you go, Keith. There you go, Keith. Let's talk about that. How sad you were.
I was so sad, man. I picked up my dog. I said, "Come here, Milo. Let me hold you." And I picked Milo up and I hugged, I caressed him, and I gave him a kiss on the top of his head. And
Did he kiss you back?
He tried.
You like your balls?
No.
I love you. I love you. Come here.
You know, that hurt though, man, because you grow attached to your dog. My dog is like a child.
Yeah.
My dog is literally like one of my children. So how you couldn't drown one of your children?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to argue. I mean, people have. People have.
How did you not play Sarah McLaughlin music in the background?
Because I don't want to get copyrighted and taken off. I don't want to get copyrighted, taken off. You put me on the spot. I wasn't prepared.
Shit.
Wasn't prepared.
You sound
Hey
like
guys,
it's at work.
we're pushing up against the clock. We gotta hit Dave's world famous game. We missed it last week. I butchered it, so Dave is back, and we gotta get this going, man.
Cool. Are we ready or what?
We don't even know what the game is, but we're ready.
All right. So, like I said, I was kind of just a random thing. So it just went into a general knowledge grab bag. So it's just going to be categories. It says, can you name the items in the following categories?
Come on, Jeopardy. This is where my Jeopardy experience kick in.
Okay. We ready?
No.
I was listening. I was reading our comments. I'm sorry.
Question.
Chris said that he would love to take his 150-pound Great Dane to the restaurant and watch everybody freak out. He could sit at the table with us. And then there's a Richard Shank. I'm not sure if anybody knows who that is. He goes, "How about goats? How do we feel about goats?"
I know if you're gonna fuck one, it's better to get it to the edge because they push back.
That's that lake. That's that Polk County knowledge. That's that Polk County knowledge.
Only people in Polk County would know that.
Grady Judd finest.
All right, can you go over the rules again on this game?
Like I said, I haven't even looked at the questions yet. So it says, can you name the items in the following categories? So I guess
Are we yelling our name out or just blurting out the answer?
Yeah, Wally didn't like the name calling.
okay, however you want to do it. You tell me. I'm good with whatever. If Wally doesn't like the name calling,
I don't care.
He likes calling people names, but he doesn't like calling our own names.
you dog loving cocksucking motherfucker.
I just like blurring out the answer, man. Fuck saying my name. I know it. I gotta get it out.
All right, this one might be. This one's definitely different than anything we've done so far. Okay.
Let it fly.
All right. So the category. Can you name 2 elements that start with the letter Z?
Keith.
I can do one.
I only know one. Zinc.
Zinc.
That's one of them. The other one's
The other one's a what? Give me a clue.
it starts with a Z.
Xylem. Okay, I don't know.
Zirconium. I don't know.
I would have never pronounced that.
Yeah.
All right. This is really just random grab bag shit.
Let's go.
3 branches of the U.S. government.
Wally, that's you.
Yeah, man. You should be on top of that one.
You got judicial. Fuck. They taught us this shit in the 5th grade.
Yeah, how do we not know this? How do we not know this? Wally, come on, you got to know one.
Judicial.
Starts with the E.
Electoral.
Economical.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Electoral, one of them.
What'd you say?
Is electoral one of them?
Nope. Judicial.
Elected?
You said judicial, right?
What's the second word in that? The second letter in that word?
EX.
Executive.
Executive. Third one's an L. Wally, come on, give me an L.
Legislative.
Come on, buddy. Come on,
Legislative.
Wally.
Legislative.
Yeah.
Wally, you're just laughing at everybody.
I'm just listening.
They told us this shit. They told us this shit.
Four tennis majors.
Or what?
4 tennis majors.
Australian, U.S., Wimbledon, and
We spent the show making fun of these guys.
French Open.
French
The
Open.
French Open. Yeah.
Can you name the 5 Great Lakes?
Ontario.
Michigan?
Superior.
Superior, Ontario, Ontario.
That's it.
That's 3 out of 5.
That's 3.
That's not it.
One starts with an E and one starts with an H.
That's all I can give you, partner.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say Lake Apopka, but it doesn't sound like that's one of them.
Aaron,
Close. Erie.
Erie. Oh, that's an
Erie.
Erie. And
And what what'd you say before that?
Aaron?
He said Omarion.
Oh, Marion, the rapper? Yeah, Huron. Did you say Huron?
No, I didn't. But
Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
I said it.
I don't believe you. All right, can you name the 7 deadly sins?
Yeah, I seen Shazam.
Right?
Yeah, I seen Shazam. Fuck greed, lust. When you eat too much.
No
Gluttony.
stealing? No
Yeah,
stealing?
gluttony. Yeah, gluttony.
What's stealing? Thou shalt not
Anger?
steal from your neighbor?
Anger.
Anger or wrath? Wrath
I know-
is on there.
Okay, I was saying, because I know it's being
Yeah.
mad. It's 3 more.
Thou shalt not covet your neighbor?
Those are the 10 commandments.
Oh.
Jesus
3.
Christ.
Oh, my bad.
Fear. Isn't fear one of them?
No.
I'm totally going off the Shazam.
Look, I'm trying to remember the Brad Pitt movie, and I can't.
Yes.
That's it. I'm totally going off Shazam. So,
What the hell was that name of that movie? 7.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
So we got envy,
envy.
gluttony, greed, lust, pride, sloth, and wrath.
I'd have never got the sloth. What the fuck does sloth mean? Just moving slow?
That's an animal. You ever see that movie, Zootopia?
I've seen a sloth before. I went to Honduras, and they all over fucking Honduras.
Can you name the 8 solar system planets?
Didn't you say one earlier? Uranus?
Uranus, Jupiter,
Jupiter,
Saturn.
Pluto,
Saturn.
Saturn.
Pluto is no longer a
Pluto's
planet.
no longer a planet.
Yeah.
It's
No.
a
It's a
dwarf
star.
star. It's a dwarf star now.
Yeah.
Venus,
Mercury.
Earth,
Oh, so like, how come nobody said Earth yet?
Earth.
That's all of them.
You got them all. Yep.
I'm
all
glad
right.
that as a group, collectively, we were able to answer one question so
I mean,
far.
I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
I'm proud. I think we got a what do you call that? Where you, God damn it, where you could sue
making
people.
You're making it even sound even better.
Yes, I have. That's the fucking class action lawsuit against the fucking public school education system
Exactly.
right now.
We was all
Oh my
20.
God.
We were all 20 in Florida, goddamn.
I got a 2.0.
Listen. If we don't all sound retarded right now, I don't know what else does.
All right, can you name the 9 Brady Bunch household members?
No, I cannot.
Greg, Marsha. That's all I got on the
I wasn't
22
a big-
people that lived in that house.
I don't know what the dad and the mom name. I know Alice was the maid.
So you got Alice, Bobby, Carol, Cindy, Greg, Jan, Marsha, Mike, and Peter. All right.
Never would have guessed that.
No, me neither.
I'm glad you're bringing questions to the table that no one has the answers to.
Dude, I just picked this on the fly. I was kind of busting Wally's balls about being ready and having stuff to go. I'm like,
I like it. I like it.
All right. Can you name the 10 provinces of Canada?
Oh no.
$10, Jay says Minnesota.
No,
I was going to say Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, motherfucker. You got Quebec, Ontario.
Toronto.
That's a city.
Oh, that's a city. Yeah. See.
Quebec, Ontario.
That's all I do.
Oh no.
Nova Scotia.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
How many is it?
10.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
That
got
was
7
only
more to
3.
go.
1, 2, 3.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's going to be
exactly.
the
51st state.
51st. I was to say the North American America.
That's going to be one big ass state.
So yeah, it's
gonna be a huge
Saskatchewan,
state.
Quebec,
Okay.
Prince Edward Island,
Quebec.
Ontario, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and Labrador. We're changing that as soon as it's American.
I would have never guessed about 5 of them.
New Brunswick,
That name is gone.
Manitoba,
I've heard it.
Manitoba, British Columbia, and Alberta.
Where the fuck they at?
Canada.
Canada
the
somewhere.
I think the British Columbia.
On the right side. They're on the right side.
They're in the northern. God, we're fucking stupid. I love it.
It's up there where it's cold.
Yeah.
What else?
All
What
the
else you got
time.
there, Dave?
That was the last one.
That was the last one. Good.
Yeah.
So
Thank God.
we've established 2 things: that we're not prepared for your questions, and we are some dumb people.
I was
So,
gonna say
we don't know basic 5th grade stuff.
Are we smarter than a 6th grader? No.
All right, so
No, we're not.
that's
we are
gonna
not.
be. I think that's gonna be my my go-to for until we get to a
fuck
fucking
you
4th
gotta
grade
get
reading
involved.
level.
You got to get involved in this too. We got
Yeah,
to see how
we-
dumb you are too.
Okay.
we need to invite somebody in because
Exactly.
bitch, because
Yeah.
you looking like Alice Trebek over there, just reading the fucking episodes.
There's a show I listen to on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays they bring in somebody to do trivia and stuff like that. So all the guys on the show can play.
We need that
I
because
just,
everybody
I just
swore.
pulled a Wally. I just pulled a Wally. I just had marbles in my mouth. So everybody can play.
All right,
Everybody-
I can get my wife to like log in and give her just
Let's do it.
Yeah.
she can do it from her phone and or whatever.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
that's easy enough. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it that way. Let's see here. Hey, we are coming
We'll
toward the
rotate it.
end.
Oh,
What?
Go ahead. What?
Go ahead. Almost.
We'll get it. Come on. You can do
I
it.
was saying, we
You
can
do it.
rotate it. For all of our girls to do it one week or whatever. I don't
God,
know.
Wally sounded like that dog that was drowning in the airport.
The dog said the dog was telling in the toilet he wanted some cocaine too.
Oh my God. All right. Now, if this will ever pop open for me. There we go. Guys, we're coming to the end of our show today. I thought this was a great show. Really funny. Some good stuff here. There are some things that we didn't get to. We didn't get to the family that walked in the home with an alligator. That would scare the crap out of me if I walked into that house, alligator in the kitchen. What do you guys think?
He would have kept the house.
Yeah.
He could have cut the house.
I'd have sold
I
the
do
house
know-
as is with his ass in it.
With his, well, I mean, if you're talking about that, I know the principal said that he would burn his entire house down if there was a spider walking around in there.
What a pussy.
Another thing we didn't get to was the ghost in Oviedo. Hopefully we can get to that. We'll get a little paranormal activity discussion next week, and we can deep dive that ghost that likes to haunt the streets in Oviedo.
I love a good
but-
paranormal story.
Hell yeah. But we're at the end of our show. Guys, once again, thanks for joining us on the wow. Let me try that one more time.
Jesus, Wally's gotten everybody.
I know he's gotten into everybody. Wally, you're contagious. You're contagious. Thanks for joining us on the show today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But if you can't watch us live, because I'm talking to nobody, because if you're not watching us live now, then you're not listening to me. Make sure to
watch live next week.
YouTube.
If you can't watch us live, do what you're doing now and follow it later.
Follow it later. Okay. Oh my God. All right. Please, any last words before we close out the show?
Man, it was a great show. Thank you, everybody, for taking your time and taking the time out of your day to listen to us. Like Jay said earlier, that translates to watch us live next week.
Yeah. Oh, we got to figure out how to put subtitles under that.
Yeah, we got to figure that one out. Hey, what's your last comments of the day?
Hey, great show, guys. Glad to be back. And just a quick shout out to my guy Dez at Smoking Monkeys Tattoos.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Show it to us.
I don't know if I can get it there. Which one
is that? Is that the like a Punisher /
It's a Punisher / American flag tattoo kind of going through it.
Okay.
Pretty good. So I'm always a Punisher fan.
10% off?
What's that?
Did you get 10% off?
10% off?
Yeah.
For what?
Saying the dude's name.
No, I'm trying to. I'm gonna go back and get some more work.
Next one. Somebody seen season 4. Episode 4 of Daredevil.
Dude, that was so good. Dude, when he stopped and goes, every time I stop, I hear my little boy go get him, daddy. I'm like, get my guns. I'm gonna go kill a pedophile right fucking now.
Say his name. Say his name.
I was like, why am I crying?
Say his name, damn it. You won't say his name.
Yeah. So good.
We nerding out. They don't know the fuck we're
talking about. They don't know.
I've never seen the Daredevil.
Now the principal is over there rooting us on.
Yeah.
All right, Wally, any last words other than
No, great show, man. Just hope everybody has a good week coming up, and we'll see what happens in the NCAA tournament. I hate Florida. I got a gator hanging with an arrow in it, but I feel like it's going to be them and Duke in the finals. So we'll see what happens.
I got Auburn and Houston in the finals.
Nice. And I'm Jay. My final words are thanks for joining us on the show. I'm going to try to say it without stumbling around. Thanks for joining us and watching us. Let's see. Next week, Richard Shank just texted us and said, best show yet. I don't know who Richard is, but thank you, Richard. Much appreciated. You are the man. What I'm a little disappointed about is that Peyton hasn't joined us in a while. You were giving him compliments. Peyton, you were complimenting him, and he stopped joining the show. He kept on joining it when you were talking crap about his name.
Mm-hmm. And
Leia, you got to start talking crap about his name.
You're talking shit. His name wasn't Peyton.
What was his name?
I don't remember, but it wasn't Peyton.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't Peyton.
Grayson.
Grayson.
And
I'm
gonna get on Leah about her not being on the show.
All right, guys.
Why
thanks
Grayson
for joining.
hasn't been on because we're calling him Peyton.
But he accuses me of butchering his fucking name.
Grayson's probably been on the entire time, and we had no idea. I thought he was Peyton.
Hey, appreciate you, Richard. Tell your friends, please.
Yes. Pass it around. All right, guys. Let's get the hell out of here, man. Great show. We'll see you guys next week for the Florida Trash Talkers. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram. All right, boys. I'll see you next week.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.